Welcome to the Covers and Pages podcast, the cozy corner where books come to life. Tune in every week as host Resealisa flips through stories with authors, narrators, and the amazing folks behind your favorite bookstores. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's flip through the pages.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Covers and Pages podcast. My name is Resealisa, and Covers and Pages podcast is all about celebrating authors, narrators, bookstore owners, and book influencers who continue to empower the book space. So, I have a lovely guest on the line with us today. She's my Mississippi sister, and it was only right, okay, that I had to bring my girl on to the podcast. So, let me read her bio. Madem Wise, a writer from Northeast Mississippi. Her debut novel introduced readers to a world of high-stakes drama, sizzling romance, and the dynamics of a mafia family. Through her work, Madem Wise invites readers to embark on journeys through all imagination and creativity, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, and I absolutely love that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Covers and Pages podcast, Madem Wise.
Hey y'all.
How are you, love?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm enjoying my weekend. I'm finna spend some time with my family. I guess I'm enjoying life at this point.
Listen, and the way the world going today, honey, all we can do is enjoy the life.
That's it. That's it.
Cause
And like I told you, I'm getting to stay in my bubble for once. It's just been different.
yes, yes, I'm excited about this. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. So we're gonna just get into it. We're gonna get into it. I know I read your bio, but let the world know from your point of view who is Madem Wise.
Oh, well, Madam Wise is first and foremost, she's an introvert. Most people probably would not think that because I chose to put my art out into the world, but I'm definitely an introvert. I have three beautiful children. I am married. I am born and raised in Mississippi, and I'm just somebody that is, I guess, inspiring or wanting to, I guess, use my voice in the world to bring awareness to many things that many people don't want to talk about. And that's who I am.
What inspired you to start writing books?
I'm gonna be honest, it's really because I got so much on my mind. But I'm actually right now, it's I'm in school for mental health counseling. When I first started writing my first book, my whole goal was to bring awareness to family dynamics because people don't realize, not just in the African American community, but really all families. You know how we went from the women being in the house to the women out working to all these different things, and people don't understand that family dynamics are affected by not only external but internal things that's going on, and that's where I started. I started with a hectic family dynamic and made it something that could transform into something that's good because I think everybody has those problems.
I know you mentioned that you have a lot of stories in your mind, right? But where does
Hmm.
some of your writing inspiration comes from? Like outside of your family, do you maybe be at the grocery store, you see something, or maybe you work and you like, I think I can turn it into a story, or maybe just talking to your homegirls, because, honey, I feel like I'm a book within itself,
I'm a,
dealing with some of
you
these
know,
men.
you know the real way that I write. I freestyle write. That's
Hmm.
I, I've tried planning. Planning does not work for me. But I'm always thinking, what kind of story can I come up with that is unpredictable? That is always my number one question. And then once I see a cover, I kind of put a story to it. I start coming up with different things and trying to figure out how I can piece all of it together. And that's what makes my stories, I guess, so different because That last story I wrote, I didn't know how I was gonna get that. I didn't know how I was gonna get it to work. I didn't know how I was gonna get it to mesh together. I was on the phone with my pen sister. I was asking questions. I was like, I really don't know how I'm gonna bridge this gap, but I know I gotta write the story
Right.
because I went from Christianity to voodoo all in one book. And how am I gonna put this together? And that's always my goal. I do get some inspiration from like watching certain TV shows. I like a lot of crime mob TV shows and like Criminal Minds and stuff of that nature. So I guess that's why when it comes to like spirituality and the paranormal, baby, I can write about it. Now, true enough, I might not practice it, but I can write about it because I like learning. So I kind of just go off of what I see and what I hear. And I'm like, you know what? I can turn that into a story. I can do that one.
So, being a part of this book space, it has its good, its bad, and it's damn ugly sometimes, okay?
Hmm.
So, how do you deal with just some of the reviews that are not so great on like Goodreads, Amazon, or when people create content around your books?
I'm gonna
Or
be.
have you ever had to deal with that?
Yes, I've had to deal with it. I've had bad reviews from the start. Like first series, I had people that said that they didn't like it. It was a whole bunch of grammar errors. It was this, it was that. The way I deal with stuff in that nature is I don't mind going to read it because sometimes you can get constructive criticism from people. And the constructive criticism, when it comes into play, it can help me become a better writer. My whole goal is to be good. Every writer that's out here, they want longevity. That's their goal. They want longevity. They want people to read, stay, enjoy, and you're able to create. But when it comes to some of those comments, some people are just doing it to be hateful.
Right.
And one thing I do know is that God has always protected me. So I just kind of move on. Of course, I might talk to my husband and say, somebody wrote this about this, this, and that. And I'm still looking like, I wish they really did get the full effect and stop going in trying to just pick at it. And if you got the full effect, you would know, you would see the story. I know people have grammar errors. We know people have issues. We know things happen in books because everybody's human. Editing can't go perfect.
Right.
I would absolutely love to have a book that had no issues in it, but I know that's not likely. I can't blame the editor because she did her job. Because when we get back at it, sometimes we got a whole bunch of them, sometimes we got a little bit. But at the end of the day, if you're constructively telling me something, I'm cool with it.
Hmm.
The nasty and mean people, I'm just like, you know what? Clearly you're miserable and I can't do anything about it. You chose my book today and that's okay. I'm gonna pray for you and move on.
Exactly. Because that's all you can do. Because if you really think about it, some people that do leave those 1-star reviews and they don't say anything, if you put them in a room in a like a class where they had to write a book, they'll probably have bad grammar as well.
Hmm.
They
It's
probably
a
you
thing.
probably can read their text message and it you listen, you like what
Yeah.
listen, what are you trying to say, honey? Okay?
Because I'm probably gonna send back home. What does that mean? But
Exactly.
the thing is people don't know how hard it is to actually write a book. You know what? I take that back. The hardest part is actually putting the stuff out there. That's the hardest part. Because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't met any creator, not one, including myself, that doesn't hold their work near and dear to their heart. Of course, some books are a little bit more special than others, but to actually put out a piece of work that sometimes it got different twists and turns in there that was part of your life. Because
Right.
I'm sure that I hadn't seen any fictional book that was all about somebody's life. But I don't care what nobody say. I think every author in each book that they write, they leave a piece of themselves in there. You
Correct.
write it for a certain reason. You don't know why until you probably go back and read it years later, or you realize what was happening at the time. But that's the hardest part, putting your book out there and then somebody comes and degrades what you do. People
How
don't
do
think that.
you go ahead? I'm
How do I
sorry.
what?
No,
People
no.
don't
Go ahead.
think
I'm gonna finish.
authors have feelings,
Right.
and they do. All of them. I hadn't seen one. I think every creator I've ever come in contact with, they have very strong feelings about every piece of work that they put out. And those comments are really much hateful because you're like, okay, so you left me at 2 star, but you didn't tell me what happened.
Hmm.
Like, where did I go wrong? Of course, we all know that everybody's not gonna like what we do. All of them, every book, because we write different ways in certain scenes in certain settings. But to leave a 2 star review, I'm an avid reader. People probably wouldn't know that because I don't actually like tell people that I'm an avid reader. But before I started writing, I was reading 200 books plus a year. If I didn't like the book or I did not finish it, I'm not commenting
Right.
because at the end of the day, this is your work. I know what it feels like. I wouldn't do you like that. I wouldn't do anybody like that. It's pointless. So if I gave you a 5 star review, I did. If I didn't, I just didn't. Because it's some books that I get to the end and I gotta go fix some food. So why I can't stop to go hit the 5 star. Yeah, I would like to, but I didn't. And I moved on.
Right. I know one. I read something on another author's website, and she said, "Y'all tell me all the time how books save y'all's life, but y'all don't understand writing books saved my life." So I was gonna ask you, when you do put pieces of your personal life in your books, I know that has to be just so hard, especially when you have healed from the situation and now you got to kind of like relive it and tell it in a way where it's not like direct, like it's not for people who do know you, they don't be like, oh yeah, this is about Reese and what happened to her when she was 12 or
Hmm.
whatever. Like how do you navigate that?
My biggest thing is I'm not going to give exactly, the scene is not going to be exactly how it happened in my life. The emotions will be. So, for example, let's just say I was hurt because somebody called me out my name. You're not going to see it as somebody probably directly bullying somebody because I don't support bullying, but you might see the hurt behind the people saying that to them in younger years. You'll see it and you'll feel it. So I always put the emotion in before I put the actual action to it because you can give different emotions in different scenes with different people, regardless of whether it's male or female. Because like Draco, for example, how dominant he is actually me. It's not an actual man that I physically see. But I'm not a man, and I know that. But that's a dominant personality that I have to a certain degree. And then you got uh Denim. She basically needs to be saved, but people people didn't know that it was not me needing to be saved from the veil, but I was needing to be saved from something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I just replaced the emotions with different things to make it work.
So I want to talk about mental health. When do you when do you get to that point where you tell yourself, okay, I got to push back because this is starting to get a little heavy and it's going to send me to a place where I'm not trying to go? Because I know sometimes, from a reader standpoint, right? Let's talk about all these beautiful, perfect men in these books.
Let
Billionaires,
your fine ain't they?
7 inches or 10. Look, listen, 10 inches. Okay, I don't know where that's going, but hey, okay, 6'5" chocolate ball head, and it just gets to the point where you read and like you close one book, you open another, you close one book, open another one, and I know for me that can't. I have to get to the point where I'm just like, okay, I gotta go read me a thriller because I'm reading this so much that I I'm like every time I step a foot outside, this is what I'm looking for. And true enough, it's fiction work, it's beautiful work, but am I gonna really find a man that's 10 inches long?
Oh,
Unless
well,
he
it's
work
a
for Pornhub.
possibility. It's a possibility for everything.
And
It
listen, if he
is.
look, I ain't judging nobody that work for the porn industry, but I don't think I want you.
Okay.
But when do you get to a point where you have to tell yourself, okay, my mental health comes first, and I need to kind of just take? Cause I know you experience writer's block sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So my best way to explain that one is, when it comes to writer's block, 9 times out of 10, something is going wrong in my actual life.
Mm-hmm.
That's normally when I get writer's block. Everybody is different, but writer's block for me, it looks like when something's going on that's like really, really stressful, and I can't sit down and put my words together. That's when I that's when I can't write. I can't write if something's affecting my kids. I can't write if something's like affecting me mentally. That's when it gets bad. Now, granted, I push through. The reason why I push through, even if I got to sit down at the computer and I literally type 500 words the whole day, because I've done that before. But I know me being who I am, I have to keep pushing. I'm gonna always keep pushing, because me getting stuck and stopping bothers me. That's just who I am. I don't know how to change it. Most people tell me I'm a workaholic, but I feel like once I start something, I need to finish it. And I've always been like that. That's just think that's why I have so many degrees, because I just, once I started, I gotta
Come
finish it.
on, degrees.
I gotta finish it.
We love an educated black woman over here, okay? And listen, women from Mississippi, we have multiple degrees, okay? Multiple.
Uh-huh. And I don't mind going to school either. I don't,
Listen
of
and
course,
don't listen and don't mind going to
who
school.
likes it? I don't like school, because everybody always thinks just because I kept going back that I like school. No, I do not like school. But I also know education is power.
Correct.
So I'd rather learn.
Right. I love that. What has been one of the most surprising things you have learned since being in this book space?
I will be honest, is that God is good, and God can show you where you're supposed to be. Because for my first book to hit number one, and that was the first time I had ever been published, my name has ever been mentioned, and for it to do something like that, and I actually, most people don't know this, but I actually, besides the publishing company, I had a prayer written out for that book. Like, I got a prayer board, and I put my different prayers in different places. I had a prayer written out for that book.
Okay.
And,
Mention what book was it?
oh, A Mafia's Billionaire Virgin Bride.
Okay.
The first one, the very first one, I had a prayer. I wanted it to go number one. And it did exactly that. So it showed me what the power of prayer was. And I
Yes.
just kept going. I knew this book that I was writing, the last one, Draco, when I was writing that one, it was a lot of stuff going on in my world. And it wasn't demonstrated completely in the book because the storyline is completely different. I didn't have the problem she had, but what happened as far as spiritual wise, it absolutely was affected. It was something I was affected with. So me being able to put those emotions and putting those into words, I knew it was going to be a good book. I just didn't know how the world was going to take it, because people don't talk about spirituality.
Right. They
Especially me coming from Mississippi, and I'm supposed to be down here Bible thumping with everybody, and I'm over here talking about voodoo. But I knew it was a story that needed to be told, because a lot of people don't realize how real it is.
yeah.
It amazes me. Everybody on the TikTok, I don't know why they don't believe these people, but I believe a lot of these stories you be coming across, because you be like, nah, people some weird people around here.
Oh,
People do
girl,
some,
yes indeed.
they
Everyone
do
do some
some
weird
stuff.
things. Yeah.
And that's why I was like, y'all need to see how people really just be in your life and you thinking it's all glitter and gold, and they really out here trying to take you out.
Listen,
They
I
trying
know.
to take you out. So it's real
So,
life.
okay. So, talk to me out of, a mafia's billionaire virgin bride, Draco locked in with a mafia's plug. Which character was the hardest for you to write?
I think it was Denim, and let me explain.
Okay.
Denim was nicer than who I am. And me being able to like be nice and like put it in words, it's hard for me because I'm kind of like a straightforward. I'm really blunt. I get to the point. And she like going around she like just going around the circle until she finally said it directly.
Yes.
And that's why it was so hard for me because she would stay in her head. I don't stay in my
And let me just tell you something. She got on my nerves. I was like,
head. Cause she was just doing stuff and it didn't make sense.
yes.
You didn't get why she
Like,
went
no,
to
no
meet her
sense.
sister. Why would you go meet your sister? Was she just literally, because I personally wouldn't even answer the phone. But
Okay.
like, yeah, I'm telling you, she ain't she got on she worked my nerves. She really did. She really worked my nerves. Because I just wasn't able to like I can connect to all of my characters because I connected very well with the couple. It was fine. But when it got to her, I had to go back and rephrase a lot of her stuff because I'm like, girl, you supposed to be soft. But I can't make you that soft. They just gonna think they can just run all over you. This is not
Exactly.
okay. I'm just not like that. That's not my personality. You're not gonna just run over me. I could y'all might run over her, but not me. So that was hard.
Mhm. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody like second
Mm-mm.
place?
Everybody else was slick at the mouth. I think the person that I was like the most though, like the one that you probably could see my personality was Brittany. Now Brittany
Yeah.
had that was boy. I say a lot of stuff that I'm probably not supposed to. But I'd rather be honest than lie to you.
Listen, because it's too many fake people out here, so just be honest.
Yeah, and and my mama did always tell me if I ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
Don't say it at all. Yeah.
So
But
you
sometimes
either
stuff
go.
needs to be said.
Yeah, but you know what? When it comes down to society, I kind of keep a lot of comments to myself because these folks, it's either something related to racism or some kind of problem just because they like shooting.
Mhm.
And I just kind of, you know what? I remove myself and I go sit in my house. I know what to do.
Hel- Hello. Because
I,
listen, I, I rarely leave my house.
uh-huh.
I love my space, especially with my books. Okay.
Hmm.
I just like to be content. Leave me alone. Go
And
on
just
about
mind
the
my business. That's it. And that's
mind my
all.
business. That's it.
I just need a little drink sometime every now and then, and I
Hmm.
need a book. That's it.
That's
Well, my
it.
laptop in this case, because I do need my laptop. I got to write at some point because it is
Right.
helpful, but it's still one of those things where I'm really calm until I'm not. Because if I have to raise up, I'm not nice after that. Because I do give chances and I give people time.
Yeah, girl. Okay. And sometimes, I just realize as many chances as I give people, sometimes I'm tired of giving y'all chances. I ain't got no
Okay.
more chances up in me.
Because if I give another one, it ain't gonna be nice.
It's not
So
gonna be nice. That part.
we need to separate, part ways a little bit. Sometimes people ain't for a whole long time, just for a season and a reason.
And let's stay right there because that's good. I this is my that is actually my second time hearing that phrase this week. Everybody's just not meant to go to the next level with you, and that's okay. You can outgrow people, especially with the journey that God has for you.
Yeah, you can. And of course, we know it sucks because we don't know who you're outgrowing. We don't know if you're
Hmm.
outgrowing a best friend, a spouse, uh, uh um a cousin. You don't know who you're outgrowing, but all I
Right,
know is at this point in my life, I gotta keep growing. I can't just stop.
right.
Now, does that mean I'm going to change drastically? Probably not. Probably evolve over time like everybody else in the world. But some people just can't go with you next door.
Exactly.
They can't go with you next door or down the street because they don't know how to act. Let's start there.
Listen, sometimes they can't even go to the mailbox with you.
Yeah, and it's sad
It is.
because you want the people that you started with to end with you. Of course you do. That's always the goal
Mhm.
because you want to bring your people along with you. You don't want to leave nobody. You don't want to leave nobody. I don't think nobody sets out to do that. But when it's time, it's time. And if you're meant to be back together, you will be. I know that for a fact. I've seen that happen.
Right.
If you meant to be together, you'll make it. You'll now it might be 10 years down the line, might even when you turn 70, old and gray, but it'll happen.
It will. Listen, let me share this little quote with you. In the words of Deion Sanders from his infamous song "Must Be the Money." Okay, he said, "quote People told him, Dion, don't let money change you. Don't let money change you." Dion said, "No, don't let money change you, cause money gonna change my library card into a credit card." And honey, I felt that. Okay, and
Yeah,
I say all that to say this: when God has when God has His hand on you and He is guiding you into a new direction, it's okay to apply a little bit of changes because you have to walk different. You got to talk different. You got to move different because now you are being aligned with people that's going to put you in spaces that's going to make your name and your work even bigger. So you
yeah.
can't be doing all that same stuff that you were doing a year ago. Hell, even the day before. You can't do it no more. And
Cause
that's
I
okay.
like now. I even since I've been in the literary urban fiction world, whatever you want to call it, since I've been in it, I've noticed that people just like falling down the rabbit hole a little too much. And they
Mm-hmm.
fall down that rabbit hole, and I'm like, y'all do not realize that this affects your brand. I'm gonna tell you right now, from
Hold
being an
on.
avid
Madam
reader,
Wise, say that again. Say that one more time.
it
One
affects
more
your
time.
brand. It
Y'all,
does.
please listen to that. It do.
And the reason why I say that is because remember, I was an avid reader first.
Mm-hmm.
I was an avid reader first. So me going in these different groups and stuff, I'm looking for books to read because like I said, I was reading 200 plus a year. I was reading. So when I used to go in these different groups and I used to see these different authors argue with these folks, I was like, boy, I can't do that. I
Can't do
can't
business with them.
I can't do
Yeah.
that because it's scary because when are you gonna attack me?
Right.
I seen you attack somebody else. Now I don't know what the reason is for, but I always think as an adult you can be civilized in how you deal with something. Now, whether we want to or not, probably not. We want to act like our kids. We want to be able to just do whatever. But no, when it comes to your brand, you have to conduct yourself a certain way.
And you got to
And
protect it at all costs.
and you do. Because your money go into buying these books. Don't nobody else money go into buying these books. Yeah, they might pay you, but they pay you for your time. They pay you for shipping. They pay you for writing the book. They pay you for shipping the book to them. You taking it to the post office. You buying all the different stuff to go in there. You're doing a lot of things. And for you to go out there and kind of mess up your brand just because you want to argue with somebody, because of course I would like to get on Goodreads and just comment down the line with somebody leave me a 2 star and say, and exactly why. Of course, that's natural, but you have to have some self control somewhere.
Hello.
You have to have some self
Hello.
control. Does
Hello.
it suck? Yes,
Yeah. Hmm.
yes, absolutely. It sucks.
And it's very unfortunate, we, meaning us black people, can't do the same thing as our white counterparts
Nope.
and still be able to get the $1 million brand deals. And it sucks like hell. I be
Because
wanting to
we're
crash out.
problematic.
Yes. I
We're
be want to crash out on
problematic.
threads. all the time.
Uh-huh.
I do. But if I sent you an email about this interview and you saw me cuss somebody, you don't want to align yourself with somebody like me.
No, because I'm gonna have to ask you. I probably actually ended up messaging you because that's just who I am. Girl, exactly what do you got going on? Because you know we got an interview. We can't have people like not watching us. Like, what's happening?
Right.
What's
Right.
happening? Because
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be rude about it. Because of course I'm concerned. Because at the end of the day, us black people, they are my culture. Those are the people that I want to protect. But black people also don't listen.
No.
And they think everybody's supposed to just go with what they doing. Absolutely not. If you can't even follow the rules of the law and all of that, if you can't even do that, why you think I gotta associate with you?
Hello.
Why would we want to do this? Like, why would we want to do this? Because they already call us problematic. They swear up and down we ain't got no education, and they want to tell us what we can and can't do, and yet you gonna go out there and do that.
Right.
And this is
It's
every day. Every other day, I'm getting on Facebook and somebody is arguing about a book cover. They're arguing about how
ooh,
the book cover look like this person and that person. And you know what? Guess what? All of them gonna look alike because they know what's there.
hello.
It's a marketing strategy.
Hmm.
Making videos and reels. It's a marketing strategy. How you gonna go across the street and tell somebody that so and so made such and such like you, but yet everybody making them? Just because you seen it that day don't mean it was about you. I don't even know why people think that it's supposed to matter that much because like I told you, I'm going to school for counseling. So I'm logical and I got an imagination. I don't know how it worked, but it worked. But when it come down to different scientists and different theories about how you're supposed to evolve as a person, I think his name is Gerald Fitz. He told you got to become one with yourself.
Right.
How you gonna become one with yourself if you out there arguing on Facebook
Or threads.
or
Or
Threads
Instagram.
or
On TikTok.
Instagram, everywhere? And don't get me wrong, y'all do entertain me because I sit there and watch them little stories. I sure do. I surely do. Because remember, I got
Yeah.
an imagination. My imagination just to get the run. I was like, girl, how did you get yourself in this mess? Yeah, I sit there and listen to it. But at the end of the day, I don't want to cause those problems in my life. I'm sorry, sis,
Right.
that they ran you around the car and you decided that you was gonna hop over the hood and you fell and hurt yourself. I'm so sorry, but why you put yourself in that situation, sweetheart?
Right.
Just why? This
I hope
is
everybody take all these little Easter eggs that you drop in and apply it to their life, especially when you said you're hurting your brand because that's a big one.
And I hate to see that. I really do. Because I've had several companies over the years, different things that I've done just because like I said, I like learning in general. So I've done photography, I have edited pictures, I have done a whole bunch of stuff, made shirts, I have done stuff. And every time, regardless of whether I was transitioning in the business or out of the business, I still had good customer service because at the end of the day, how you gonna build your brand if you talking crazy about these folks? Now, don't
Okay.
get me wrong. I'm not saying that readers don't stress us out. I can't say that. I can't say they don't because just imagine, like, for example, Draco 1 and Draco 2. Being that my stuff is a little bit more established, I can space my books out now. But I'm sure they want that book tomorrow.
Hmm.
I'm positive.
Yeah.
But guess what? I can't produce it tomorrow and it give you the quality that it needs. So I'm choosing to slow myself down
Hmm.
because I wrote 5 books in 5 months.
Oh my God.
How in the world was I gonna keep going like that?
Right.
And I actually think it was really. I think I actually ended up doing like 6 books in 7 months. I think that's really what we ended up with, and that's when I officially slowed down. Like
Right.
I think I texted until yeah. I think when it established, I think it's time for me to slow down, and that's when I went the gap from like February to May. I want to
Mm-hmm.
say something like that, and that's how long it took me to write Draco. Because I think I turned in Draco like the 1st of June, maybe the end of May, something like that. Because no, I dropped it in June, so that I had to slow it down. But I was driving myself absolutely insane, trying to make sure I kept up with these readers because I wanted a fan base. But now I've done my job. I've did what I was supposed to do. Now I can slow down
Yeah.
because I'm a busy person. I can't just pour my all into my books because of course I would love to because that is what I like to do. That's how I clear my mind. That's how I get things off my chest. That's how it works for me. But I got 3 kids, 3 different ages. They all got different sports that they do. I have a husband and I got a house. I got a full-time job. That's what I do all of that, and I can't. I have to fit it in. I have to. It
Right.
sucks. I wish I could just sit behind my desk and write all day. Probably wouldn't do it because I'm a procrastinator too sometimes. But but if that was my choice, that's what I would love to do.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
love that.
I don't know.
And you
But
know
I've
what?
loved
It's
being an
gonna
author.
happen. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's gonna
it's gonna
happen.
happen. It's gonna
We're gonna have to figure
happen.
something out the way the way America's going at this point.
Listen, okay, okay. Now,
I don't even know what's going on for real, to be honest, because I don't even watch politics. My husband's a politics person. I just ask him, "Am I alive? Am I well? Am I okay? Is there any law that I need to know?" Because
okay,
cause
hello,
he'll sit there and watch it. I can't sit there and watch them say that stuff over and over again. Because I'm
over
sitting
and
there
over
like,
again.
bro, you just said the same thing. You need to go across the world and tell me what's going on over there in Iran. Y'all sit here talking about what he doing over here. I need to know what's going on over there because then they come over here.
Okay,
So that'd be my problem. And he'll sit there and watch it. I'm not doing that, baby.
yeah,
Just tell
uh,
me. Just tell me.
yeah. I'm not gonna watch it. I ain't got time. I'm somewhere lost in the book, dealing with a
Yeah.
fictional man with 10 inches of penis.
Okay. And I'm ready to put him out they book too.
Okay,
Cause I recently read my pen sister's book that she just put out, the Unexpected Bond by Rhonda Lisa. So I
uh-huh.
actually like read it for her because she wanted to make sure she had it all, the way it's supposed to. So as I was reading that book, I said, "Ain't no way you got me this stressed out sitting here reading this book." That book had me stressed out. I was like, and y'all, it's the fact that y'all actually going with this stuff. Like that, and the girl, oh, she stressed me out even worse. You think Denim stressed you out, baby? Denim did not stress you out because that girl right there, that look, well, her name was Justice. Justice stressed me out. I was like,
I'm
ain't
gonna
no way.
I'm gonna get that name after we wrap up because
Uh,
I want to read it.
yeah, read that book. She does. She has a different writing style from me because everybody's unique in their own way. She writes in third person, but when I say she write the words and it flows so well, I don't know how she do it. I tell her all the time, I don't know how you do that because I can't write like that. I said I'm over here first person. I'm a little too hood for them. I can't. I don't know about that. She writes so elegant and it's so nice and it all fit together and flow. I'm like, girl, I'm over here cussing people out. Okay, girl, you do you.
Not cussing people out.
But that book was good, baby. Justice gonna stress you out. But that boy, that Kadeem, I think no, it's Kadeem. Kadeem, that man gonna stress you out too. I tell you that much. He was sweet in the
And
end.
I like a good book that's gonna stress me out because that means now I'm finna DM the author, and now you and I got beef. But I feel like we're building a relationship. We're building a reader author relationship
Yeah.
because listen, I'm that type of reader. Listen, you can tell me, girl, you getting on my nerves. I'm gonna say, okay, I'll bother you tomorrow.
Not the tomorrow.
I'll be back tomorrow. Because the way I wanted to listen, the way I wanted to be in your DMs, I said it's okay. I got this podcast scheduled, and I can talk to her, get to know her, and then once I press the stop button, I can cuss out and tell her how much girl, why did you do that to my little heart? Why?
I'm sorry. I know I stress y'all out because baby, when I tell you it'll be going so good and I always make y'all hit a
Listen,
wall.
I'm not gonna spoil nothing from nobody, especially when somebody got kidnapped.
And that was not supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen like that. But she decided to take a little hot behind what she was going. She decided. So I had to
Woo!
go ahead and do what I had to do.
I said what? Okay, but I'm not gonna spoil it. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so you are signed to Masterpiece. So walk me through, how did that collaboration happen? Because I love me some Masterpiece.
Well, I've always told you I was an avid reader.
Mhm.
It was actually about 2 or 3 years ago. I DM'd her because she had just started having her master literary class. She was starting to have that. And she had it, but she had stopped for a little bit. But I had inboxed her and I had messaged her and I was like, hey, are you gonna have another class? And she was like, yeah, I will at some point. So after that, it had been like, it literally, that happened one year. The next year, that's when she started doing them again. So I immediately signed up. And after me writing, actually the chapter is in one of them books. I don't know which one I wrote it for, but I wrote a chapter because it was part of our homework, because she gave us a homework assignment while she was telling us all the information she was sharing. And I wrote it, sent it to her, and she read it. Baby, I was standing in Nashville in a garden when she called me. And she called me and said, hey, you a writer? I was like, no, I'm not. I hadn't published anything. She was like, this is damn good. I don't know why you haven't published anything. I was like, okay, cool. That's good to know. And she was like, well, this is gonna be all new to me. Um, I do plan on starting a publishing company. She was telling me when, where, and how. And I was like, okay, that's cool, because our personalities work together. I like transparency. She like transparency. I like certain things done a certain way. She liked certain things done a certain way. It worked. And when she sent over that contract, I signed my contract. And from there, she said send over the book, because I had that book. My first book, I had it already written. I had to read it. I had it for like a year or so before I actually published it. And she was like, "We're gonna do it." I was like, "Sound good to me. Let's see what we go." The first release I had was the first day of school. I was working. I was working. I could not. I couldn't comment back to everybody. I was working. My kids was there for the first day, and I dropped the book. That's what I did.
What did that feel like for you? Was your nerves all over the place?
My nerves were, but I was trying to make it not. No, I was trying to make it not as bad for me. So that's why it being dropped while I was at work was a good thing. So I couldn't sit there and focus on the charts. I couldn't sit there and focus on what nobody said. I couldn't focus on nothing. I had to take care of 110 students. So that's what I did. And then when I came home, I don't think it charted that night. I think it did, but I went to sleep because remember I didn't been dealing with 110 students plus my three when I got home. So I wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. I really did not know the magnitude of what I had did,
Hmm.
because when she told me, because maybe she texted me, then Rhonda texted me. Remind you, I am asleep. So when I felt the phone vibrate, I looked at the phone. I seen that text message. I sent back okay and flipped back over. I am not lying. I think I said okay, thank you, or something like that, because I was being polite. But that was not my concern at that point. And that's bad to say because I did not know the magnitude. Because remember, I'm a person that I only read. I didn't feed into the drama. I didn't go find certain authors. If the cover looked nice to me and the synopsis was all right, I was reading. I'm sure there's plenty of authors that like I didn't even realize I read their books, and I've read them because I've read so much. So like I was just like, oh, okay, thank you, and I just went on. I didn't know it was a big deal until she like called me the next day. She was like, "You went number one, thank you," because I'm thinking it's just a normal day. She said, "No, you don't know how big of a deal this is." She said it's really hard to get number one in urban fiction. I was like, Okay, so it's actually a big deal. I'm supposed to be excited. Like, I'm actually supposed to go on to celebrate. And she was like, yeah, you actually are. I'm not a person to celebrate what I do. I've had one, two, three, four. Hold on. I got my diploma. I had 5 different things I was supposed to celebrate because I've gotten 5 different degrees or diplomas of some sort, and I ain't celebrated not one of them. That's not something that I do. I don't celebrate. I just go on to the next thing. I go on, I keep going because at some point I'm gonna stop and celebrate. But everybody tell me I'm supposed to celebrate in the moment, but that's really hard for me because I have a bigger picture. I don't know how my bigger picture gonna go because I have some things that's switched up, and I was supposed to be certain places, and it's messed up. But at the end of the day, I'm trusting God, and we just gonna go with it. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, listen, here at Covers and Pages podcast, we believe in giving people their flowers. So I'm handing you some virtual flowers. You can't see them right now, but they're here
Thank you.
for all of your amazing work, okay? Because your books are fantastic. And to hear people say, nothing good comes out of Mississippi, you are a prime example that everything good comes out of Mississippi.
And that's hard, and that's hard for me to actually say thank you. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like that, but it's hard. And it might be, who knows, it might be some childhood trauma that I probably ain't unpacked in a book yet. It'll probably be there at some point. But it's still hard. And I appreciate it because in Mississippi, just like I know, this is not where we're supposed to succeed.
No,
Remember, I'm
we're
not supposed to know how to read and write to begin with.
exactly we're not supposed to have the multiple degrees.
Yeah, I'm not. So being that it was so hard for me to, it wasn't hard for me to obtain them because I just signed up for it, but I hold it near and dear because I don't need anybody to say that I didn't do it because I wanted to and I didn't do it because it was something that was of value to me. Because you know how people always saying that people going around boasting and bragging about the things they've done. I don't talk about it because I don't ever want nobody to feel like that. Because one thing I can say is I am humble. I know how to stand in the back and do my job.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help that I'm educated because my mama just instilled in me that I was supposed to go to school. And
Right.
I went to school. I did a little bit too much. The odds were stacked against me. I wasn't supposed to be where I am today. I wasn't supposed to be a homeowner. I wasn't supposed to get all these degrees. I started having kids at 17. It was not supposed to happen this way for me. But like I said, by the grace of God, because that's the only man that has taken me through these years, and I've actually come out on the other side stronger than what I was before. It was God.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be here. And I know that.
Well, listen, let me say this. Sometimes you gotta pop your shit, okay? And we're gonna
It
pop that shit.
I'm gonna learn. And I think I'm gonna learn. I think that's another reason why I'm going into the stage of life I'm going into because I've never learned that.
Mm-hmm.
It's still hard for me. I don't even go tell people that I write books. I don't tell nobody. My husband tell more people than
What?
me.
Oh
Yes,
my gosh. Because
yes.
your books are so, so good. When I was doing my research on Mississippi authors, and I'm trying to figure out how did you know what? I think you had posted your book box, and I wanted to go buy it. And I think it was sold out at that time. And then I was like, oh, dang. And then I just was like, just kind of just browsing around the website. And I saw that you was from Northeast Mississippi. I said, oh, baby, say less.
Down here in the dirty south, baby.
Say less. Because again, I'm going to uplift Black authors, but I'm definitely, definitely going to shine a big light on anything that comes out of Mississippi. Especially by me being a Mississippi girl, too.
Well, I appreciate it regardless because at the end of the day, it was one of those things where It was hard for me to put out that first book, but when I did it, I said, you know what? I'm gonna just keep going. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep going though.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna keep going because it wasn't bad. Of course, I've had books that didn't go all the way up the charts like the first one did. I've had books that have made it halfway on the charts, but people don't realize that yeah, I did that the first time, but my goal was longevity. So for me to go up there and do that, I don't know how long it stayed on the charts because like I said, I was busy. I had started back working. But all I want is to be able to stay on the charts for an extended period of time.
Hmm.
I can stay within the 100s. That's cool. But for an extended period of time, because that means that it's multiple people downloading on different days over and over again, and it's going down the line, and that means that it's still reading and reaching people. My whole goal is to write and reach people because there's messages behind most of my stories. Now, actually,
Hmm.
all of them. It's a message behind it, and it's a reason why I wrote it. Just like this last book, that's the book I wanted everybody to read. Everybody was scared of it because of what I put in it, but
Hmm.
I needed them to read it because it was more. It was it. I don't know why. I don't know why that book came to me the way it did, but it was supposed to.
Hmm.
I was supposed to write it, and I knew that. I knew that because it was some traumatic stuff. I ain't gonna say it ain't. I ain't gonna say traumatic because it really wasn't traumatic, but it was a life altering experience. I had a life altering experience happen when I was writing that book. It altered my life, and of course, I had to take accountability in the situation. What happened happened, and then I had to realize how I had to overcome it. I wrote that book in almost a week.
Oh, wow.
Probably a little bit over a week because after I had to do some serious praying because you remember I said that life altering thing was going on. It was affecting me mentally, so I actually stopped writing Draco for 2 weeks because it was affecting me that bad. So once I prayed whatever, I don't know what prayer it was. At that point, I think I was praying like 4 or 5 times a day. I probably just stop in the middle of the road and I'm just sitting at the stoplight just praying. It was so much going on at that time. It's by the grace of God that it came out at the beginning of June because it was not supposed to. It was not. I'm telling you right now,
Hmm.
I stopped like completely, and I wrote it in a week. I stopped. It wasn't happening. I couldn't do it. It was too much going on up there, and I was upset. It was too much going on. And one thing I've never been good at, like change, don't bother me, but unexpected change bothers me.
Right.
And that unexpected change was hard because I worked
What's
hard
next for
for
you?
it. I don't know. If I'm being honest, I don't know. I know I'm gonna keep writing. I know that much. At some point, I want to be a therapist. I don't know. I'm just keep going. I'm gonna keep going to God tell me to put my pen down. And when He tell me to put my pen down, let's hope and pray that my bank account done triples, and I ain't got to worry
Hello.
about doing nothing else.
Hello. From your mouth to God's ears.
So, so like as long as that's the end goal and God know what I got going on, I'm gonna keep doing my job. I'm gonna keep serving Him, and I'm gonna just keep progressing. I'm gonna see where I'm going because I don't know where I'm going. I done a lot in the first year. I don't know really what else I can do at this point, so I'm gonna just keep going.
Love that. I love
I'm keep
that.
going.
Before we wrap up, let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Well, honey, you can find me on Facebook, Lemon 8, TikTok, um, Threads, Instagram. Ain't that all of
Mhm.
just type in Madem Wise because all my handles it either has authors or author at the beginning of it, except for Facebook.
All right. Anything else? Is there anything else that you want to add in before we close out?
Just make sure y'all read. Come in with an open mind whenever you open my book, because it's a lot of things that can go wrong and it's a lot of things that can go right.
Hello. And keep going.
Keep going, keep pushing, keep striving to be great. Keep striving to be great because God has a plan for everybody's life. It's a purpose, and He has a plan. And it is for good and not for destruction.
Amen. Y'all, my girl done dropped some gems on this podcast, okay? And I hope y'all picked them all up. I love it. Madem Wise, thank you. This was beautiful. I truly enjoyed talking to you, getting to know you and your journey. I'm never letting you go, so just know we locked in. Okay.
Okay, we are. I'm okay with that. It's okay. I promise. I promise it's okay. And I know they're gonna get on to me because they want me to do another book box, but y'all just don't know how stressed out book
Listen,
boxes
please,
make
can you do another
make
book?
me.
Listen for me. Can you please do another book?
Because them book box, when I tell you I give my all to my book boxes, because one thing I want you to know is I want you to get your money's worth. That's always my biggest
Mm-hmm.
thing. I want you to get your money's worth because at the end of the day, you're treating yourself. I'm literally giving you something, even though you're paying for it. I'm giving you something because you're treating yourself. And when you treat yourself, baby, you're supposed to get everything you want and then some. So I'm gonna put it all in there if I can help it. If I can
And
get my
those were some
budget
nice
right.
book boxes.
Yeah,
I
they got a lot of that last one. When I tell you that last one stressed me out, you don't know how many. I think I counted so many products that week. I was stressed out, but I knew I had to get it done, and then they was late. I was stressed out about the book box. I said, you know what? This time, cause like I shipped out Draco here recently. I looked at
uh
that box. I said, Jesus, I ain't never went to this UPS place, and all my boxes went like real big. Like this is not normal for me.
yeah,
But I couldn't do it this time. I needed a minute. I don't
yeah.
know. I'll figure it out. I don't know which one I'm gonna do it with. We're gonna get somewhere. I'll get y'all another one. It's just gonna be a minute.
Please, at least for Reese, because I was
We,
salty, but you know it's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Well, everyone, thank y'all so much for listening to Covers and Pages podcast. Y'all go follow Madam Wise everywhere on all her social media platforms. Talk to her. She talk back. I keep telling y'all, these authors, they talk back, okay? As long as you respectful, they talk back, okay?
I don't mind. Even if it's 2 hours later, I don't mind. It just
Yes.
I'll be busy just like you be busy. That's it.
That's it. That's it. Y'all continue to support indie authors, black authors, because they out here putting in that work, good work,
And I
good
do
stuff,
work. They
and
work.
they work. All right, everyone, we enjoyed y'all. Thank you again, and we'll chat with y'all on the next episode of Covers and Pages podcast. Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.
That's a wrap on this chapter of the Covers and Pages podcast. If you loved today's conversation, don't forget to follow, rate, and share the podcast with your fellow book lovers. You can also find us on Instagram at Covers and Pages Podcast. Follow the host at resealisareads on social media. Until next time, keep reading, keep listening, and keep turning those pages.